From 1968, part of the Criterion collection now is Romeo and Juliet, an adaptation from William Shakespeare's play and one of the most extravagant adaptations by director Franco Zeffirelli. The movie stars Olivia Hussey and Michael Whiting. Hello, folks. My name is Daniel Nobre. I'm your host, and this is CINEMIN. What caught my attention is, of course, the fact that it became part of the Criterion Collection. Around the same time that they announced this film, the main actors of the film decided 55 years later sue Paramount Pictures and late director Zeffirelli. We're going to be talking about that in my comments and view of Romeo and Juliet. Hello and welcome. I'm your host, Daniel. This is the place for the fans of the Criterion Collection, international films, American classics, documentaries, animation, westerns, musicals, anything about movies, because this is CINEMIN. So this is the spy number 1171 from the Criterion Collection. Is the 4K new restoration of the film. In this case, it is on a Blu-ray, okay? And did like very much the quality of the image and the restoration itself. I think the movie still entertains me a lot more than I was expecting for a Shakespeare-based story in a movie adaptation. I just not really my favorite kind of author, but I know this film has a legion of fans all over the world for the work of Olivia Hussey and Michael Whiting. So I know there's and several great actors. Michael York is in it, Maya Oshii. The narration at the beginning of the film is by Laurence Olivier, uncredited, and he also provides certain voiceovers because the movie was shot, then in the editing process they got to add the voices because the type of camera they use during this filmmaking in Italy, in Verona, Italy, and also in all over the Italy, in Cinecittà, in the studio. So there's several different locations. The balcony scene, which is a famous scene in this film, was in a completely different city. But very interesting. I enjoy this film still more, again, than I was expecting to it. And there is the beautiful scenes. I think the young cast in this film is just all of them very striking, beautiful. All for the choice of characters. There was Zeffirelli made a casting over 500 people for apparently for each part show up, and he selected Olivia Hussey and Michael Whiting because the chemistry between the two. And we can see that there is a interview with them from 2016 talking great things about the film and how they enjoy it. So the lawsuit they just made recently was kind of awkward to me after 55 years that this film has been around, and they be giving interviews and talk about how great Zeffirelli was, how great everything was for them, how enhanced their careers. Now they saying exactly the opposite. So they file lawsuit. Criterion announced this film for February. So Criterion announced probably like October, November the films, and a little bit after the announcement that Criterion will bring this film, it came the lawsuit file in the city of Santa Monica. And anyways, in there is the interview in the Aero Theater here as a special bonus feature, and it is also in the city of Santa Monica. They may be living there, the actors, I'm not sure. But anyways, the lawsuit for me seems to be a little bit silly. They're suing for $500 million. No, 5 million. The film didn't, even if you bring the how much money this movie made in 68 today, comes a little bit more than $6 million for, if you, of course, do the currency exchange and all that. So this movie was a blockbuster in 68, but this is not a blockbuster today for sure. And the lawsuit seems to me a little bit silly and kind of, sadly to say, but a little bit opportunistic, because after all what they're saying throughout the years, now they deny everything they said, which is too bad, because in this DVD there is statements by the two actors praising Franco Zeffirelli, and the nude scenes they complained today look very angelical if you for the standards. I think it was more shocking films in the 30s has more shocking scenes, and then this film has. Everything is very delicate. I don't think nobody has been exploited and the way they are alleging in their lawsuit. But anyways, the movie also won 2 Academy Awards by Danilo Donati, and it's just beautiful to see the costume designs throughout the film, and the cinematography by Pasqualino De Santis. So 2 Academy Awards, the movie was nominated for Best Picture, and also Zeffirelli got the nomination for Best Director. And of course, another highlight of the film we can't deny is the music by Nino Rota. What is a youth, impetuous fire? What is a maid, ice and desire? The world wags on, a rose will bloom, it then will fade. Nino Rota worked a lot with Federico Fellini. He made the amazing scores, and he scored this film as well. It's really beautiful to look all these young kids in the film, and they are very good actors. Make no mistakes. Everybody pretty much play very well their parts. I was thinking I'm not gonna like this film much anymore, but I was pleasantly surprised and really convinced that this film somehow remains very interesting and very relevant. It's worth it to watch. And then you make your own opinions. By the way, the polemic nude scene of the film, as I said, it is towards at the end of the film. So you can advance and take a look at the scene and see what you think about that. I would like to know your thoughts. And what's the version that you like the most from Romeo and Juliet? And in the meantime, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Also, I tell you that CINEMIN will come back with new presentations and comments for future releases, Criterion Collection films, independent films, and so on. Don't forget to put your likes in there for me because they are very important. Whatever you're watching me, if you like the content, of course, please don't forget to put your likes in there. It helps the channel a lot. And subscribe to the channel if you like the content and tell to a friend, okay? I see you guys on our next CINEMIN. Meantime, keep watching some good films just like Romeo and Juliet.